Here we are, Isaac. This is amazing.
Thank you.
We haven't even started, and I'm having a great time. Well, actually, we were talking for an hour or so before we turned on the camera, so we're fully engaged. But I have to ask you this question right up front.
Sure.
Are you an audiophile?
I am an audiophile. I think I was hesitant to accept that label for a long time, but I am. I can't lie to myself or you or the audience.
Or all those people out there.
All the people out here. Yes, I am an audiophile.
Good. Are you a proud audiophile?
I am proud. I'm proud of the thing that I've built, and whenever there's an opportunity to share it with somebody who's also an audiophile or somebody who's not.
Have you turned on anybody and made a new audiophile?
I feel like I have, at least
good.
a couple.
A couple, all right. That's the best. That's the ultimate, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, share it. Yeah. Because most people don't know that this exists.
I agree, and
it's completely invisible to
it's a shame.
To normal people.
It's a shame because I feel like if more people knew what the difference was, they would maybe appreciate it.
I think so. And it's interesting. You volunteered to tell me, even before I asked it. These speakers can play loud with these, but you don't usually play them that loud.
No, I don't. I have a decibel meter on my wall.
Is that it there?
That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a decibel meter on my wall, and I try to be a respectful neighbor. So usually, if kind of taking a step back, I knew that you had corn walls, and I'd seen in your videos that you had mentioned that they were also good at playing quietly.
The best of any speaker I've ever had, the corn walls are the best at playing quietly.
Yeah.
Meaning, to me, I just want to explain to everybody out there, when I say the best, I mean that I didn't feel like, if I could only play it a little bit louder. I mean, I could, and when I could, I'd play them a little louder. But when I had to play them really quietly, I never was frustrated by them.
Yeah, same. Like even when they're playing at 65 or 70 decibels, they're still very satisfying to listen to, and you don't need to play them loud. And when you do want to play them loud, you're rewarded handsomely.
Yeah.
But you don't have to play them loud. So most of the time, I'm kind of hanging out in the 65, 70 decibel level, and I'm more than happy.
But you don't have anybody under you, right?
No, I don't have anybody under me.
That helps, right?
Yeah, big difference. I don't have anybody under me. I do have a next door neighbor. But there's nobody on the other side.
So just that.
I just have one wall that I share, and
so when that person's out of town or on vacation, it's party time.
Yeah, it's absolutely party time.
I mean, you should actually. That'd be good to know, right? Like, I'll water your plants and feed your cats, but I want to party. Wow.
It might be a good idea to make friends. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
You should. No, that'd be great because then you might get when she came back. It's one of
right.
Oh man.
I kind of lucked out with this apartment too. I don't know if you've noticed, but like I've got this corner here, but behind this on the other side, it's not box shaped. So the apartment actually opens up.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
It opens up to the left and the right on the back side. Right. So the sound.
So in terms of air in the room.
Yeah.
That's good. And it's actually pretty quiet in here. Way quieter than my apartment, as you probably know.
Very quiet when the windows are
really
closed,
quiet.
especially.
Yeah. Nice.
I've got some sound dampening curtains too, so when I close those, it's even quieter.
What's this neighborhood called?
This is Flatbush.
Flatbush. Okay. Mm-hmm. Anyway, and you're a professional photographer.
I am a professional photographer. I've been a photographer since I was 18 years old.
Wow.
I'm 39 now, so a long time.
Yeah. And what's your main? You have a Hasselblad over there. Is that your main work camera? Or no, that's film camera.
No, the Hasselblad is a film camera. That's really for me, for my personal work. Mm-hmm. It's very rewarding to shoot, but film has gotten prohibitively expensive, and until I find a client who wants to pay for the film, for the development, and all of the things that are associated, I'll keep shooting digital for my paid work.
What's your digital camera for the?
So I'm a big Fujifilm guy. I've been shooting the Fujifilm GFX. It's kind of their digital medium format.
Oh, wow.
So I like medium format if I can. The Hasselblad's medium format, and I shoot digital medium format. So I just like the the larger files and the larger negatives. Like
Sure.
it's just you get
Of course. It's a luxury.
a lot of detail.
Yeah.
I think photography being an art and music being an art, I think that people who are into art kind of appreciate other forms of art, right? If you're a painter, you might appreciate sculpting or sculptures, not sculpting. And you know, if you're a photographer and you're serious about the visual craft, then you might appreciate film or you might appreciate music. And hi-fi is in my opinion kind of a celebration of music and kind of taking that to a higher level.
I like that.
Yeah.
So the goal, the striving to get a better fill in the blank has to do with getting more to the music and the tech. I mean, people deny that there's a tech fascination, but there certainly is for photographers and their cameras.
100%.
Likewise, audiophiles and audio.
I wish that more people cared about the emotional connection aspect of music, and it didn't feel I don't want to say disposable, but kind of just people listen to music in passing and don't really sit with it and absorb it and feel all of the feelings that come with the music. It's a shame.
So, but you said before you had this current system, you had a home theater.
I did.
Right. In this room?
No. This was, so I'm originally from Texas, and in Texas, you have a lot more space. So.
But you're in Texas.
Yes.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Yeah.
I apologize to the fans.
But you're in Texas. I am not, I lived in Texas for a long time, but yeah, having the space isn't worth being in Texas.
I apologize to all my fans in Texas.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You made it too easy.
Sorry, Mom and Dad. I actually just came back. I just came back from Houston yesterday.
Wow. So that's where you had the home theater.
Yeah. I had a pair of KLIPSCH RF 63 towers, a KLIPSCH RC64 center channel. Biggest center channel I've ever seen. It had 4 6-inch woofers.
Wow. Big centers are good. I when I was doing home theater, I thought the bigger the better.
Yeah, I would
Absolutely.
I would 100% agree. Like the dialogue and the effects
it's
are
all dialogue. It's all, everything's in the center.
Right. Yeah. So the front 3 channels alone, let's see, had 10 6-inch woofers. And then I had a 100-inch projection screen.
Nice.
As well, and
how many subwoofers?
2.
2. Okay.
2. So that was also when I fell in love with dual opposed subwoofers.
Okay.
So I had 2 dual opposed subwoofers, so 4 total woofers, and my surrounds. KLIPSCH made these massive surrounds.
The ones that are like wedges, the dipoles.
Yeah, the RS 64s. Okay. So also 6-inch woofers for a surround and a wedge shape. And it was just it was amazing. It was I wish that I could still watch movies like that. One day, I'm sure I'll get back to that, but that's really where it started. And all of that was connected to a Pioneer Elite receiver. And when I ended up moving to New York, I had to sell the home theater, and I only had headphones for a couple of years.
Oh wow!
So this is the first like proper music stereo that I've ever made.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So you have Cornwell 4s.
I do.
Right. Mm-hmm. And pass which amplifier is that?
XA 30.8.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I've never seen one of those in person. Okay. It's actually the same size as the 60-watt monoblock, so it's the same chassis, I believe.
Yeah, but there's 2 of them.
But there's, And what's the preamp? I can't.
The preamp is a Hollow Audio Serene.
Oh, yeah, I reviewed that. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. got the Holo Audio Serene and also the Holo Audio May DAC.
You're living, as Herb says, you're living like Liz Taylor.
I'm trying.
Yeah. And you said Shanling CD Transport? Or is
Yep.
It's transport.
It is a transport. So it's the Shanling ET3 transport, and that signal goes into the May DAC.
Right. And turntable is a Technics 1200?
Yep.
Okay.
1200G. I've got Isono feet
Okay.
underneath it with the little glass discs for a little vibration reduction.
And the cartridge?
The cartridge is a Hana Umami Blue, and that's connected to a DS Audio head shell.
Okay. And is there a separate phono preamp?
There is. I've got kind of behind the stack of CDs there, I've got the Schiit Audio Skull.
Oh, I should pay more attention to that. I haven't seen that in person.
Yeah. It's pretty nifty little phono stage,
It's
actually.
the shit.
Yeah, it is the shit.
SCHIIT for you censors out there.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's pretty cool.
We've also got, speaking of the shit, we've also got the Schiit Loki Max EQ down there.
And how do you use that? I mean, do you use it?
I do use it. Actually, my favorite thing about it is that it can be controlled remotely from my couch. So one of the big problems with with equalizers is if you're turning the knobs on your equalizer, you're not sitting.
Wow. I should review that thing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Seriously, I might do that. I didn't realize that was part of the thing. Oh, okay.
It's great. Yeah, big fan.
That's awesome.
And then next to the Schiit Loki Max is a SOTM SMS streamer.
Okay.
So that, aside from the vinyl and CDs, I've got all of this kind of networked to a Rune server.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I play most of the music that I listen to. Right now, behind the corn walls is a pair of subs in each of the corners.
Wow.
There is.
What are they?
They're KF92 subwoofers, so they're dual opposed subwoofers.
93, not 62?
So the 62 are the smaller.
Oh, I didn't realize it was a bigger one. Okay.
Yeah. So they're 9-inch woofers instead of 6-inch woofers.
Wow.
So I've got one dual over there and one dual over here for a total of 4. And one of the great thing about dual opposed subwoofers is the cabinets don't vibrate.
Right.
So even though I'm putting out a lot of bass or can put out a lot of bass, it's not going to shake the walls.
Were they on when I walked in?
They were.
It was just you were playing music quietly, so yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Before I leave, I got to experience that.
Yeah. We'll turn them up a little bit.
I got to see that because that's a good idea. Yeah. I mean, these speakers make some serious bass.
They do.
But you're not high passing the speakers, right?
No.
You're
I
not
think
filtering the speakers. Right?
I think the crossover on the subs is like 50 or something like that.
No, but I mean like you're sending the full range signal to the speakers.
Oh, to the speakers, yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So with all that out of the way, tell me about the kind of music you're into.
So I know that everybody says this, and I kind of hate
like
it when
everything.
I like everything, but I actually mean that. When you were walking in, I was playing some Fela. Before you got here, I was listening to 9 Inch Nails. Earlier this morning, I was listening to Giant Steps. I wasn't kidding when I said that it was one of my favorite albums of all time, or songs and albums. I really do like a wide kind of spectrum of music. I think my dad played saxophone when he was younger, and growing up there was always jazz or R&B kind of playing in the house. And I didn't really appreciate that music until I was older. I feel like you know, I said that I listened to everything when I was younger and didn't really mean it. But I think now in my later years, I'm only 39, but now at my age, I really do feel like I've grown to appreciate everything, even in the music that I felt like was my dad's music and it wasn't cool when I was growing up. I love jazz now. So yeah, everything from jazz to drum and bass, to rap, to sometimes pop music on occasion, a little bit of everything. So I've really started to take advantage of streaming and being able to find anything in the world. You know, the album that you recommended to me, Can, was not something that I had ever heard of or, you know, had ever really, the genre wasn't something that I'd even explored. Other than Pink Floyd, like there's not really, there's kind of a blind spot for me as far as like that genre goes. And it was really interesting. Like, I like that even when music doesn't appeal to me personally, I can still take things away from it, right? Like there's, you mentioned country music earlier. I don't like country music, but I love Johnny Cash. And what that taught me is that if I like Johnny Cash, there's probably other country music that I like. Right? So there's all these kind of gateway drugs into genres that I feel like people should explore.
Anyway, I think we're going to conclude.
Okay.
This is fantastic. We just met. Isaac and I just met, and it's like we were talking for like an hour before we turned on the camera. We're probably going to talk for another hour after. It's a great thing.
Yeah.
So thank you for having me in your home.
Thank you for coming over, Steve. I'm a big fan of your videos, and I'm honored to be here.